How are you? I don't know why my wife is so far out of the picture. There you go. There she is.
I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.
Welcome, folks. Welcome. Sorry about that. We were having trouble. I don't know. We were having trouble getting in to even control our live stream. And then we were greeted by the most beautiful thing that we always see.
Oh, yeah.
Limited monetization again, folks. We don't even know what to do anymore at this point. I seriously don't even know how to deal with it anymore. I don't know how to combat it. Xenia and I have tried everything under the sun. And it just doesn't end. It just doesn't end. So
from now on, I think we're going to be starting to call it golden coin.
Yeah, right.
It is yellow. Maybe it's gold. Maybe we are just misled.
Yeah.
Misled.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So yes, folks, if you can please hit the like button. Yes, please. As always, if you can tweet it out, if you can tell some friends, all that stuff, it's greatly appreciated. It's too bad, actually, because we just went on with this. We know some of you heard about it today, but we were getting a lot of people bringing it up and worried and scared and everything else. So we thought we'd go on just to answer any questions you guys have and update anybody who doesn't know that it is happening. So yeah, it's quite a shame. It is, but it is.
YouTube as always doesn't want us to help any YouTubers.
No.
And anytime we try to help you guys, they are doing the yellow coin. Well, that's okay. That's not the first time. We're gonna get on with it. That's fine. We can do it. And, one way of doing it is sharing it out. That's one of the ways we can combat the algorithms here and suppressing. So if you can share it out, I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, well, for some of you, this is the second time.
Yes.
We are live today.
It's great to see you, Wendell, live. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Witch Girl UK in the house. I'm going to say hi to everybody in just a second. Pixel Master Kira, Charmy B is in the house. Jenny O'Brien. I'm going to make sure I say her name because I missed her today. I don't know how that's even humanly possible because I always say Jenny is the one who keeps us on track. That is true. That is a proven fact.
Yes.
You can look that up. That's right. It's in the books. It is great to see you all, folks. And yeah, we're not going to be on for too long tonight. But if you guys can let everybody know what's going on, that would be awesome. Larry Johnson is in the house. The man with the greatest 70 porn star name of all time. Great to see you. Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. I say that because it helps him get noticed. That's right, because my wife used to say, oh, don't say that about him. Don't say that about Larry. And Larry said it helps him get noticed in streams.
Well, I wonder if it still helps or not. That's what I want to know.
It can't hurt.
It can't hurt.
David the Tank, how are you? Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Skies took my drone. How are you? Skies took my drone today, became our latest member. Great to see you in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're all doing fantastic. And like I say, folks, it's not going to be on too long tonight. And just to talk about what's going on, and if you guys have any questions and stuff like that, anything to discuss about us, let us know. It has been in the works for a long time. But now the time has come, and I think a lot of people are getting a false sense of security. Some people that I know that I do YouTube with and that, and they're like, oh, I don't like the studio, I'm holding on. And it's like, well, it's not around forever.
Well,
Larry says, oh, yes, by the way. So there you go.
But have you properly said what is actually happening for those people that haven't asked us questions?
Oh, God, don't do the setup again like an old TV show. You drive me crazy. I swear to God, it's right there. Studio Classic is no more. God, I feel like I'm on Leave It to Beaver or something like that.
Well, I felt like
gee golly, swell. Would you like to go up to the creek with the dog? That's what. Yes,
that's right.
That would be fun. Thank you.
Well, through the YouTube liaison on Twitter, the official liaison on Twitter, he leaked out information that this week is gonna be the the end of the access to YouTube Studio Classic completely. Yep. So for some of you and for us as well, we have lost the access to YouTube Studio Classic for a while now. And it has been rolling out. Well, now this week it has been finally finalized. They are closing all the gates, they're closing all the doors, shutting the windows, and there is not going to be access to the YouTube Classic anymore. So some of you guys already lost it today, as per questions that we have received through DMs and emails, and some of you are going to be still losing it throughout the week, but this week is the last. So we're here to help you. If you have any questions, we know that around 10% of YouTubers overall haven't even tried the YouTube Studio, the new YouTube Studio just yet. And we really hope that you're not one of them. If you are, there is no shame in that. Let us know. We're going to try to help you as much as possible, because that is going to be your only option starting literally like these days. And we know how polarizing it has been. It has been dragging for a while now as well. But let me tell you, it's actually not so bad.
That's what I was going to say, folks. And I'm getting ready for this. So I'm going to take one for the team here. It's actually good that it's going away. And Q throwing tomatoes at me. Here you go. Take a good shot. Get it out of your system. Here. I'll get closer. Make it easier.
You're slapping against the camera.
There you go. Instant ketchup. So, folks, it is not a bad thing. It is nobody likes change. What was bad about Studio Classic and the new Studio Beta, which is now the main one, is the way it was introduced. That was a horrible job on YouTube's part. Horribly done, awfully presented, in steps, go back for this doesn't have that, go here for this. What a way to mix up people, what a way to confuse people, what a way to get people that don't like change mad. And they did a horrible job at it. But in the end, I do say with confidence, something that the other one never was, this one is actually a tool, where the other studio wasn't. There was no real, you were almost equivalent to Social Blade. This you do have a tool to work with, not maybe TubeBuddy in that, but you know what, getting pretty close to it. Valuable information, well laid out, more layman's terms. I'm loving the Grizzly Adams look, Andrew with the man beard. Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Had a great time with Novice Quads on Paul Murray's a while ago. A great talk. We haven't had a chance to be on a panel for a while. It's great to see you. Philip got 3 tomatoes all lined up for me. There you go. I'm surprised he's not grabbed more, to be honest. But that part is true. And I mean, in the end, like it or lump it, it was going. There was not even... I blame the messenger. Yes, Philip, I agree. And this part for me, yeah, this too. But really, it was the messenger, was YouTube. I mean, they did a poor job of it. It was done. Why did they have to release it so early? Was so many features not done that? Why did they have to rush it? Why did they combine the two? It was a disaster from the get-go, and hence why we're here today, because I believe a lot of people would have jumped on a lot quicker hadn't they been in the beta with 3/4 or 7/8 of the options available, made the change, let the other one go for a little bit, and started weaning off. But I don't get to sit on the board of YouTube. I don't get a say.
Well, they definitely did plan to implement it much faster than they actually ended up doing it. I mean, really, it was supposed to be here last January, something like that, crazy, and completely gone last year, and then they announced that they're slowing it down. Well, now it's going to be completely gone. The benefit of it is that now all the resources that we're going to upkeep and kind of keep alive the classic YouTube Studio are going to be taken over to the YouTube Studio Beta, which means that we're going to have more updates, more cool things, more tools integrated into the new YouTube Studio. And they also at the same time are updating the YouTube Studio Beta for mobile phones as well. So they are kind of doing that in sync. I think they have jumped finally on the task and are doing what they were supposed to a year ago.
Yeah, but after the damage has been done, after the lack of, without sounding dramatic, the trauma has been inducted into a lot of people, and that's the sad part of it. That's what you can see is lingering, and once again it comes back to the way it was released like that. That's what's, I believe, bringing a lot of the trauma on. It's a lot are very scared about it and have held on with clutching hands to Classic, but it is gonna be no more this week, and it is a different system, a different layout, but you have to look at things from an ease of access point, and you can't think about the old one when you're looking at the new one. You just have to start, and I mean, there's no other choice. If we're going to be on YouTube, we're going to have to use it. So it's all in the perspective of going in, and don't let YouTube's mistake become your mistake in souring you from the new one. You just have to go into it with a clear and open mind. Just be persistent with it and understanding it. The key is, if fear is always chased away by understanding. I can't stress that enough. And that happens so much in new softwares and all these things like that all the time. Don't let it consume you. Go in and just start digging around. I always say that, if I went to a new city or if I'm traveling, I like to get lost and find my way out. It's the best way to get to learn a place. Do that with Studio. Start clicking through the windows and see where it takes you to. We haven't started for a while. I was doing those quizzes on our community tab. There were all kinds of games like what's your gender breakup, what's your country breakup, and all that stuff. I was trying to get more people to dig in because you couldn't get that on the Classic, to start digging in there and finding out this information. I even showed like step by step how to get there. It wasn't like some race to see who could do it, who couldn't. It was to get everybody to go, especially the ones who had never done it before, to try and let them get a better view of it, so and start feeling a little more comfortable. So.
And yeah, some of you might say, well, it's not perfect. There's still some features missing. And yes, that is true. Those features are still going to be available as a pop-out in a classic form, such as cards, for example, are still available only in that classic look, but they are going to be only available through your studio, so you can't just separately access them through your classic. But they are updating all of them, the same as end cards now are integrated in your YouTube editor, which weren't a case before. YouTube Live have been just recently updated just a couple weeks ago with a new user interface as well. So they are putting updates literally every week. So the things that might be missing there when you tried it out and maybe it annoyed you and frustrated you, well, they might be back now. And most of the features are there. Most of new features are there added as well. Lots of things are new that you haven't had before on Classic because they stopped updated it altogether once they were rolling out the new YouTube Studio Beta. For example, the click-through rate for your notifications and how many people actually are getting notifications from your channel is only available through YouTube Studio Beta. It's available for overall your channel as well as each separate video, which is a cool feature to know how many people actually are getting that bell notifications that we always ask everybody to ring. And that's just only one feature of many that are new and exclusive to YouTube Studio Beta. We want to know how many of you actually are using it.
Sorry, Sky took my drone. I was saying about the upgrade, wanted to do it. All you have to do is go back to our homepage and this time click on the Wrench.plus Plus and click on that and join, and it's just going to take off the difference between the two, and then you're good to go. We didn't know it at first either. We were learning thanks to some of them that did do what we finally learned. So that's, yeah, so just go back and click on that, go through it, and it will just make the adjustments. So.
Yeah, so we thank you so much, and we want to know how many of you are actually using it. So let us know if you are using it or not. Say yes or no in the chat. Yes for if you are using it on a regular basis, and no if you don't use it.
Pixel Pia, what a touching video. You're such a sweetheart. You know, you seem to come in like Superwoman. I guess, you know, when we're kind of like having our own stuff to deal with and stuff like that, everybody needs to pick me up, and you're pretty sweet. Guys, if you haven't checked out Pixel Pia's latest video, please do. Very good video, and we're honored to be a part of it. Thank you so much for the kind words. You're an absolute sweetheart.
And thank you for taking time for a special edit. My goodness.
Yeah, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
No. Sorry we didn't get to it right away. We were trying, believe you me, but I wasn't leaving today without seeing it, so you didn't have to do that. It was very sweet.
Old guy on a bike. I'm using it, but I'm not sure what I'm doing. Yeah, it does. I know, right?
Agreed.
I know.
Agreed.
Report the advertisement.
Yeah.
So they stopped showing that ad on our channel.
Sorry about that, guys. We wish we could control it.
And I see most of you guys are using it. Farmal, what's going on with you there? Do I have to shake you?
He means because he does everything on his phone.
Well, phone has a YouTube Studio beta updated all the time as well. So it's going. All the updates are going there too. You know. I have been using beta since it came out. I love the change. Lottery of Life is saying, good to see. I use YouTube Studio, the new one coming. That is awesome. Well, a majority of you guys are using it. That is great. You know, obviously starting anything new is a huge jump.
Yeah.
You know, and it is quite different, especially if you have been using only Classic all this time and haven't been trying YouTube Studio at all.
Scott says, I'm using it. There are so many new features. There really is. That's why I say it now falls in the category of being a tool for YouTubers. The other one wasn't. There was just nothing behind it. Hey there, Sparky. How are you? Great to see you. Yep, even still, I'm still trying to learn the cards, but I'm trying to resize the ending cards so it still works still work in progress.
To reset the ending cards. So yes, it definitely is work in progress. Well, now ending cards now are integrated into your YouTube editor. So the same place where you can edit out parts of the video, where you can blur things out, or you can add your monetization. The same place is now where you can add your end cards as well. So it's all integrated into one space now. So it's more convenient instead of clicking, all of these different tabs. As for cards, like I mentioned before, they are still available as a pop out of Classic, but they're integrated that eventually as well, or, and that I only have heard, taking it away completely. But that's just a rumor about those cards. Your desktop or laptop of this help with small YouTubers. Oh yeah, PJ Azurin is talking about the extension for go-to channels on Chrome.
We weren't recommending that just yet. Remember, with extensions, sometimes can become some real issues. Viruses, the whole kit and caboodle. So we just didn't want to say too much about it until we see how it is before we were to talk about it. We can a bit, but I'm still kind of gun shy on them a bit. I just never want to recommend something that's going to end up causing a huge problem on you guys' computers. That's always been my thing. And sometimes with extensions, they can be quite...
Yeah, no, let's say it this way. There are always workarounds for everything. What I can say, though, that you got to really double check what you're using and what permissions you're giving to what, because lots of times a lot of extensions or third-party apps are actually requiring permission to view your content and sometimes even to edit it. So just if you are using any of those, just make sure that you know what kind of permissions you're giving, just to be careful, Does YouTube provide a tutorial on the new process on cards and end screens? Now, YouTube has a whole playlist of YouTube Studio tutorials, as well as kind of like a textual tutorial or textual step-by-step on everything that you want to know. So I'm going to be sharing those links in the description afterwards as well, so you can keep it in your library and use it as a reference if you can't find something. And there's definitely a tutorial for that too.
Agreed, Mudnuts. I agree with you on that one. I love the new studio, other than the way the comments are set up, and it takes a long time to load them. I find them can be cumbersome by times. It's still workable, but there's certain things. Also, settings is really, really bad. Really bad. The settings fold down below where it makes the pop-up. That pop-up is notoriously slow, timing out, hard to make the changes stick and stuff like that. And it's not perfect by any means, but the thing is, it's all we got. That's what it is. But yeah, they definitely have room for improvement. We've already sent in tons of suggestions.
Now, as a plus to that, I must say that they have added recently an option for you to see the comments on your community post. Before, you had to actually physically go to community post to see comments on there. Now you actually can see them all in one place, which is cool.
But there's another thing. Why didn't they just do that? What took so long for that to happen?
You want me to play devil's advocate? Because it takes time. For every feature, there is a technical...
Then they shouldn't have let it go until they had most of these done already. There was no need to put up a half-assed version. That's why a lot of people freaked out over it, is for that exact reason. If they hadn't did that, most people wouldn't be... you're always going to have somebody that's going to be nervous to do it. But a lot more are. I truly believe that because of the way they released it. I really do believe that. Newfoundlander, how are you? Great to see you as well. And let's see here. PJ Azorian, how are you? Great to see you. For the YouTube studio, I find it hard to split videos compared to the
editor. Is the editor what giving you the problem? Let me know if the editor is what you're talking about. Editor is a fairly new add-on in general for YouTube Studio, so it still has some, little glitches here and there that have to be figured out. Some things are not working the way they should be. But yeah, let me know if you're talking about editor. Now, I want to remind you guys that they have been doing updates all the time. Like I said, the easier end screens right now have been just been updated and added only now, like literally now this year, like, you know, February, March, you know. And lots of things are now, like bulk, for example, editing is also accessible only starting this year. So lots of the things have been coming on only starting in 2020.
My non-traditional life makes a good point as well. I wish they made it easier to see when people reply to older comments. I get notification, but then it is hard to navigate to reply. Yeah, I wish they would kind of push them up some, like, or at least give them a day up close to the top so you can get at them as well. It's a good point.
It's a super good point, but I would suggest to download, and I'm sure you have it too, buddy.
Yes.
Where you can filter it out.
Yeah.
You can use a filter system on TubeBuddy for comments where you can filter out the comments not answered, and that will bring your older replies as well if there have been recently posted.
Corey Mano, how are you? Great to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. I don't agree that it's a half-assed version, even as it was in early beta. I have always liked. Yeah, no, but the thing was just Pixel Beta, for a lot of people, they're very scared of change. Like, you know, you're more savvy, you get where it's going. But there's a lot of people that are really nervous of any kind of changes, and believe me, I watch some of them. I can say his name. One, for instance, would be like Canadian Drone Hub, Roger. I think he said about 28 coronaries.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming out. And that kind of stuff is what's making them, because they were always going back and relying on Linus's blanket, if you will, the classic, instead of pushing themselves through in that. Where they had more of it together, it wouldn't have been jumping back, and they could see the frustration. Well, I was just there. Why do I go back there? Why am I going? Why am I going to do it here, but then I got to go back there? That's what I think added to a lot of people's disdain for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say hi to Barefoot Adventures and Mr. Grant McIntosh. Man, does he ever love those kissing emojis. He's getting good value out of those ones, I tell you. He's putting them to work. So
we have AC Designs Garage and Timmy Turner joining us. Hello, how are you?
Welcome. And folks, we are, yes, Yellow Coin again. We just can't seem to talk about anything. I guess we're so foul-mouthed that anything we talk about is bad. There you go. So if you guys can hit that like button, if you can tweet it out. Second time again today. There you go.
Scott, I think it's a wonderful name. If it's not taken already, Author on the Trails. Sounds fantastic.
Ooh, I like that.
I love the sound of it.
I like that a lot, actually.
Under YouTube comments, you can filter comments you have not replied to. Yes, I forgot completely about it because we're using TubeBuddy so much. Old Guy on a Bike and Pixel P was reminding us. My non-traditional life, you can filter now out the non-replied comments in YouTube Studio as well, the same as you used to with TubeBuddy. What I must tell you guys, though, they have been integrating more and more things that, for example, YouTube, TubeBuddy had and vidIQ had, you know, and they have been integrating some of those features from these apps or extensions into, you know, your default YouTube Studio now, which is a cool thing. So then you don't have to sign up. Maybe some people don't have to sign up, you know, or pay for it. I would still suggest checking it out, but nevertheless, I think they're doing a lot of updates with regards to that and seeing what people want to have. Like, for example, there was a problem with a screen where you write a description not extending. You could only write so much things in there. So what we did, we tweeted at Tom, which is Creators Insiders, guy who is behind all of these updates, giving us updates on all of that, and that was literally added within days of us tweeting it to him, you know. So it's just the changes are there. They are super cool with feedback in all the questions and things like that.
Oh my god, you guys are too funny. So when I use the not replied filter from YouTube, it does not bring up the replies I have not replied to. I need to try the TubeBuddy filter.
Yeah.
It does work a lot better.
Yeah.
It does.
I haven't tried on that feature with YouTube, on the replies, but TubeBuddy works on that, so try it out. Not again. Hello, how are you?
Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Folks, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. We're not on for too long tonight, but hitting the like button does help a lot. Hey, Happy Logs, much love to you. Another late night for you. You're a night crawler, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, yeah. Good to see you guys. Diana, how are you doing today? I fixed it, how to go to channel. That is awesome. That is awesome. Slippery Fish, I streamed to date, was such a rush. Yeah, lately, yeah, it's a good thing. I think it's a rush meaning a good thing. It is sometimes. You know, I noticed that in order for the
That's awesome, Pixel Master.
cards to pop up to the videos have to be more than 1 minute. Not sure about that. Have anybody else had experience with that? I know that end cards and advertising is limited to certain amount of time on the video. I'm not sure about the cards. Usually you can just place them at the beginning. Maybe.
Scott, I know it's a sign on all this, but it says so to have part of my books on my channel. Your books are mostly written for children. I know you've written children books, but I forget if exclusive. Just be careful if you're going into the children's side. You know what YouTube has become. It's extremely, extremely hard. I don't know how a channel can get off the ground now at this point if it's dealing in children's stuff, unfortunately. So just remember that it is a really hard time now.
TubeBuddy filter works for that. That's perfect.
Awesome.
Non-traditional live. That's perfect. Yeah. That is awesome.
Thank you for sharing us out, Deanna. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so very much for that. Do appreciate it.
Caffeine Queen, hello. How are you doing?
Hey.
We're discussing the new YouTube studio that is coming 100% now this week. So if you guys have any questions that you might have, you know, although usually these type of live streams, we have people that are quite into understanding YouTube. So I'm sure those who are not using it at all are not even here.
Pretty much.
Or at least are not saying it.
They're
but
right now going and paying $29 a month for a shout out. Probably.
My intros and outros are usually more than a minute. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't have we don't have experience with videos that are shorter than 1 minute. Although now, do you want to guys have a little piece of rumors once again? YouTube, as you all know, have stories for people who have 10K and more. Well, now YouTube are actually working on a new side app that will actually let you post short videos, kind of similar to TikTok, kind of similar to Instagram. They've been trying to utilize YouTube stories for that. That has not been working the way they want it to, and they are planning on this year to release shorts, which basically will be kind of a feature of these shorter videos for creators. Now, it is a rumor. It is not officially confirmed, and the name might change throughout, but they said it's coming out this year, so quite exciting on that, especially if you're a fan of shorter videos.
Almost says toilet paper shout out only $10. Flush. There you go. There's your $10 exactly. Scott, jeez. Yes, children, but I write everything. Pardon me. I was just saying, if you're going to add your children's work onto that channel, you might have some problems getting your channel rolling and that because of the way they treat children's content right now. It's very, very, very... to me, honestly, what else do I call it? I call it a lead balloon, unfortunately. Not that I don't like kids' content. I just think the way YouTube looks at it now at this point, it's got to be way over on its own in the kids' side, not touching into your channel. That's why. So I didn't know you wrote everything. That's what I wasn't sure, but if you did everything or concentrated solely on kids' material.
Yeah, Timmy, I'm excited too. I'm just excited more to see what is going to come out of it, because obviously they want to try to push out other platforms with that. So I'm excited to see what comes out of it.
Hey, Cooking Green, what's going on? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. I've seen people with 2K getting the join button. Yeah.
You had to have 30K.
Yeah. Soon you're not even going to need a pulse. Soon you're just going to have to be like a semi-corp. They're going to throw it at you at the way it's going. Hey, the Trips, how are you? Great to see you.
Now, unfortunate thing about that is that right now there is no human review on that, although they said that they have halted all the approvals for a new channel for memberships. And what it seems to us is that they are just automatically approving everything. It's definitely going to change once it all goes back to normal.
And remember, a lot of stuff being holding up and flagged, and then all of a sudden they realize that a lot of the stuff they put up there is getting taken down or getting them community strikes and all that.
Yeah.
There's It's only a law once it's enforced, but it doesn't mean it's not enforced just because you got away with it. It just might be getting away with it for now. So
they still have to apply with guidelines. Like community guidelines have to still be whatever your memberships are about, whatever perks you're using, whatever emojis you're using. They have to still be within the guidelines. The same as the live streams that are only for members still have to go within the guidelines. So right now AI is not catching on it, but it is gonna eventually.
Slippery Fish, what do you think about uploading stream highlights as their own thing? It's a good thing. It's hard to do this. Sometimes it's better off having a separate channel for it and linking back, and then you get the benefit of cross promotion from it.
I would say it's definitely a better option.
Yep.
There are some channels that are doing that, and I wouldn't say it's a good option unless you're a huge YouTuber.
But even huge YouTubers, for the most part, are doing the separate channel as well. H3H3 and all them. Joe Rogan and all them.
Yeah. Usually it's the same as having videos and live streams. Yes, it is a highlight from a live stream, but it's still a video, so it's going to perform worse, and it's going to halt your live streams. Computer
Chick, there's someone with 3K. It's getting ridiculous, and what happens is some of them are gearing their channel back over towards trying to make it into like a gaming channel to sneak through, and YouTube seems to be laxing the requirements on it. But there is people who've gotten it and had it taken away as well, not just because they violated terms. It just wasn't fit. It got there, wasn't supposed to be there, and they've taken it. So it's not a guaranteed thing, that's for sure.
Do you think they are increasing memberships to compete with Patreon to keep people on the platform? For sure. Definitely. It's one of the ways, especially now, because we personally, I'll talk for you too, as a team, I think that they have started to do even more now because Patreon has spiked the signups during this outbreak right now. There have been like 30% more people signing up for Patreon. So definitely they want to be part of it. They want a part of that revenue.
See, people don't even realize, some say, oh, well, go here, go there because YouTube only wants big channels. They don't care about the small ones anymore. Quite the opposite. I'm no expert onto it, and no, I don't have dairy products on my head or a stud in my ear to rap with the kids. But nonetheless, what I look at it is they're actually lowering their standards some because they're...
everybody watch our bot cam now.
Yeah, watch our bot cam, and see where that goes. I don't see it that way. I've actually seen them lowering their standards and letting more people get away with stuff that they shouldn't be getting. I find YouTube is sinking its standards, to be perfectly honest, on the lower part. Putting up with a lot more than they used to, turning a blind eye the more they used to, because the whole fact is that they're letting things like that happen. I think they're trying to cash in way more on live streams and super chats more than ever, as well as memberships and everything, and they're just opening up the floodgates and almost turning a blind eye to a lot of stuff that they used to say, that is strictly against YouTube guidelines, strictly against, like 100% against guidelines. So I think it's quite the opposite myself, but that's just on watching from the sidelines at what's going on. Time will tell.
Would you guys recommend talking in your videos? Yes, because AI picks up on your voice and voice recognition in the meaning of what you are talking about. So it definitely adds to SEO and understanding what your video about, and therefore the ranking, discovery, and search not only on YouTube but Google as well itself.
Oh, I think somebody's making an appearance.
That's what I was
There we go.
That's
I knew
crazy.
I'd shake the bush. I knew I'd shake the bush. I knew I would shake the bush, and we would have a little more answers on who's doing what.
I said to watch the bot cam because I noticed it jumping by 10 by 10 by 10, and that's how it happens.
I kind of figured that it was going to stir a little bit of an upstand. Oh my God, the poor people. That's why they bought. Brains are not a requirement for botting. But nonetheless, we got a lot of great folks in here chatting, and that's what's important. You guys are absolutely awesome and enjoying the conversation with you guys.
Thank you so much, Timmy. I'm going to check it out right now. It should be fine, but who knows, maybe something is going on there. So thank you so much for letting me know. You guys, you can, Jay's World, hello. You can put that bot emoji in the chat. That's unbelievable.
Yep. I knew. You just got to know the right things to say. They're so easy to play.
Yeah.
Just got to stir them a tiny bit, and there you go. And they accused us of botting.
There you go. This should work, hopefully.
No, that's not great, Diana, that we're getting botted. The same ones, they mostly hold us down. I knew if I just said something in reference to one of them, well, he's doing it for him before he goes to work tonight. I knew it would shake up the system, so there you go.
So pointless.
Yep. That's right, Grant. Pushabot. Got to give them the Pushabot. That's why our numbers are lower than most times, because we bought ourselves lower. Imagine if you were a store and you actually cut down the numbers so it looked like you made less. And then every once in a while,
maybe instead of doing this, could actually listen to what we were talking about and try to work on your own channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually work. Seriously, you don't even know half of what we're talking about, and yet we are the bad ones somehow.
Yep. But everything is good on Dinosaur Live.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
ATGH Travels, hello, how are you? Good to see you here as well. It's so weird to watch the bot cam when it's apparently happening. Yeah, well, exactly. Like I said, I noticed it jumping by tens. That's why I got Andrew's attention to that, because we can see numbers right in front of us, right? The same as you guys.
That's what they never liked about us, because I just point the whole thing out. That's why the bot cam is there. They hate that we do stuff like that.
Beyond the Veil, hello, Philip. Oh, so good to see you. League Station, hello. Jacolt, hello.
And if you look at the viewer activity, they're not even counting it, so it's just a waste of time. It does nothing. The algorithm is wiping it out, so it's just like it never happened. We'll still be reporting it to YouTube nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But we're all good. What did I miss? My internet for a sec. Pixel Pia, I said something to Rather Cage, an idea who is also partly, involved with all this, and all of a sudden we were getting botted like crazy.
Yeah,
as you
we
can
were
see.
discussing the memberships that some channels are getting it only because of the mistake right now. People are. If people are doing the value for, or whatever it is, it doesn't have to be information, but as an entertainment for their viewers, super stickers, super chats, memberships, it's all up to them. The problem is when people start to use a system, for them, and with that drag people with them as well. So that's what is upsetting sometimes.
Hey, ADGH Travels, how are you? Great to see you. Food Forest Permaculture, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome. And yes, folks, we will, as always, be reporting it to YouTube as soon as we're done. We send them screenshots and all that stuff. It's actually quite easy to reference right now because you can actually see it happening. We can just send from here. Yeah. Makes it even more easier.
Oh, Nana, hello. Drew Douglas, hello. How are you? Yes, Computer Chick Productions, exactly. Should just work on, should be monetized by now. If we would spend all that time actually working on the channel. Yep. LMR Collins, hello from St. John's.
Good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Always a pleasure to see you.
That's weird, Timmy, because I literally just copied the affiliate link from there. Not sure. You can also use just affiliate code Push Studios altogether. That's also works if you just go to TubeBuddy itself. There you go, affiliate code Push Studios.
Why are the trolls so worried about if others' memberships, if they don't deliver value and people don't...
Well, exactly.
Yeah, it's been like that ever since. Everything we've done, we don't deserve. We never deserved to get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. We didn't deserve a community tab. We didn't deserve memberships, all that stuff. Seems YouTube thinks we do, but they're more inclined than YouTube is. So go figure. It must be nice to be that important. I don't get to sit on the YouTube board meetings like them, I guess. So.
Onan is asking, what software are we using to stream? I want my live streaming to be as fancy as yours. Help. Thank you, first of all.
Thank you so much for that. Do appreciate it. We're using OBS, but we build our own layout. Streamlabs is probably an easier way to go, as it gives you more more template styles onto it and stuff like that. With all these, for people that are decent with the computer, it's 85% easy. The last 15% is a lot of dickering around with it, trying to get the settings proper, bit rates and stuff like that. That's probably the easiest answer. But it's if you need it and if you're willing to put in the time. It's just a time factor is the biggest thing, I would say. A bot cam is fun to watch, Bougie Boy. Glad you're enjoying it. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I think the finger slipped. They just couldn't help it once you'd addressed them.
Yeah.
Expedition Greg, hello. Good to see you here. Condition 13. By the way, you can also use Streamlabs, which is kind of more...
But can I mention something? Just remember, what they did to go up is what's been keeping us down. So that's why they'll set it a number like they did something stupid, like... where were we at here? 288. But they'll also keep it, say there was 70 people coming in, they'll keep it at 50 some because they want to look like they're getting more people. It starts kicking people out to try and keep that number that they're trying to hold it at. So that's why you guys get buffering and thrown out and all that stuff, is them trying to mostly keep our numbers down. And they've mostly done it. They used to raise it up and down some, but after we got memberships, all of a sudden they wouldn't let it go up anymore unless they get their tail feathers up like just here. But that's because they have stuff they don't deserve because they cheated their way through the whole system. And it's proof. You can go back and look at their numbers in Social Blade and their videos. It doesn't make an ounce of sense, So that's why. So just to let you know, that's why usually we're asking you guys to tweet it out and stuff. Because there could be 75 people in, but it won't let it go past 50 or 55. They keep trying to hold it back.
Condition, hope everything is well with that receipt there. And Pixelpia just said her piece to the trolls.
Sorry you guys have to deal with it, folks. For us, you know what? They're just more, but for you guys deserve better than that. Sorry about that. They want you guys to hate us and leave and never come back. They tried going around for months, going around to everybody trying to say that we're awful, we're this and that. When that didn't work, then this was plan B. I used OBS with my gaming PC, but yeah, snow here 2 days in a row. Winter won't go away. Revy, my parents got 6 feet of snow. We were just telling them yesterday in eastern Quebec. My mother, I swear to God, we can't let her around anything sharp at this point because I'm afraid she's going to go off the deep end. Look, the bots built a mountain. Yeah, they did, Bougie Boy. The last time it was kind of improper. It looked like a guy laying on his back that was very, very, very happy. Condition 13.
There's some Freud, obsessions going on.
Exactly. Well, each one of them has big-time mother issues.
Brian S., hello, how are you? Wendell Live says, I use OBS for my live stream, but we'll be using Streamlabs OBS now that they have a Mac version. Need to learn it first. That's good to hear, though. Condition, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Brian S., hope you're doing well. Great to see you. New fun on a bike. I've been in Newfoundland many times. Great that you guys are meeting each other. 2 great Canadian channels right there. ATJ's Travel shared out. We've known Andy for a long, long time in his family. They were guests early on in that. Got us off the ground. Hope you're doing fantastic. Mustang 774, how are you? Great to see you as well. Oh, yes, that's right. You're in Newfoundland also. That's right. It doesn't bother me any other than I hate seeing you guys upset. I'm sorry, Punchy Paints, and we do try not to let it get to us too much. And it, for the most part, it doesn't. It's laughing at them, but, you get along. You get going. I always say, look at right now. We're yellow coined, not doing a game night, and we still have 60-some people in the chat with them playing with their numbers and holding them back. That's why they're jealous, because even with all the screwing around, they can't take all that away, and that's what drives them crazy, and I love that part about it.
Yeah, YouTube adjusts the views afterwards. That's why sometimes you see it differently after a while, because YouTube, we report it every time, and they adjust it afterwards. But, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Scott Flock Channel. Thank you.
Hey, Jen said that they were talking about us on Jacob's channel today. Well, hopefully only good things, only good things. Am I the only one that hates the new studio? It wasn't broke. Why fix it? Well, because, and it might be unpopular opinion, there are so many more cooler features.
And not just that, this is the exact truth by them, and it makes perfect sense. The old one was 10 years old. The coding weighs so much now, and I mean coding when it weighs a lot, it means there was so much to weigh through to make a change. You couldn't even get it to function anymore properly or work with newer updates. There's so many new softwares it has to interact with, it just couldn't keep up anymore. They did have no other choice. I understand what they're saying on that 100%. Trolls are lacking balance in their life. That is a problem. Yes, Pixelpia, all trolls, will you please go watch Pixelpia, please? You know the sad part is, really, it's only 2, because it's the same 2 dislikes we've been getting forever. It's 2 dislikes, and then they get a couple more if they all get together in their little huddle bunch, their pinky swear group
Book
there.
club.
I'll be your brother and your mother and your sister and your auntie forever. And
Now
all
we
that
have
stuff.
a technical question, and Andrew, you're the only one that can answer this one. Onana said, my Canon did not come with the USB. Everything is Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. How do I connect the camera to Streamlab without a cord?
You're gonna have to run it through now. I don't know for Canon right now. I'm just on with my our Sony here. You're gonna run it through, but you're gonna need a converter. And the best one I'm gonna bring up for you right here. Let me just get it up here. Is the Elgato 4K.
Because we had a similar problem. We do have Sony though, but a lot of cameras, like my non-traditional I've said here, are not set up for streaming. So this is a workaround that Andrew's showing you.
And it definitely works really well. I'm going to show the where's my other one? That's the bigger board. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the other one. Let's see. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry, I do apologize. Keeps bringing up the board. I want the there. Okay, it says currently unavailable, but I'll find it for you. But basically, what you're looking for is this. This is exactly what you're looking for. It's the Elgato Cam Link 4K, and I'm going to put the link in that says right now not available, but it's just from different manufacturers. But you should have no trouble getting it. And you're going to need the cable that's going to go an HDMI mini, most likely for yours, but check, to a regular HDMI that's going to go in the back of this, and then the USB to your computer. And that's how you're going to run it through. And that's the workaround. That's the reader itself. Let me get back to there you go.
So there you go. You can look for that, and that's something that will help your work.
Sorry about that, Premier Health. Sorry about that. Sorry, everybody. I didn't think it was a video. I was just clicking down on the side trying to get this one and a picture of it. I didn't realize it was a video link. My apologies.
Yeah, definitely, and that should work for yours as well with a Nikon DSLR. So it should work for yours too. Hope it helps for you as well. CW Gaming, how are you doing? Travel Odysseys is here. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The new studio is so inconvenient. I hate doing things in one window with pop-ups. Yeah, it is in a way. It is a little bit of a workaround, a little bit of a get used to. So I wish they would be more transparent so we could troll back. Oh, Pixelpia. Oh. I understand why they wanted to rebuild it instead of editing Classic. Well, Classic have been there like since 10 years ago. Some features are not...
They couldn't update anymore. It had ran its course. It wouldn't be compatible with the new lines of code out. I got to plug my ears, folks.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Pixelpia teaching and learning. Thank you so much for that. Super sticker, super chat. Do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Pixelpia. We do appreciate it. You already did enough today with the video and that. You're such a swear. Don't worry about balance. We're good. We're balanced. 250 for Xenia, 250 for me. We're good. Just saying that right off the bat. Again, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Octopuses. Yeah, we're keeping busy. We got an Octa hump, I guess, tonight by the look of our bot cam. So there you go. Beyond the Veil Investigations, how are you doing as well? If we haven't said hi to anybody yet, or we haven't, it's just great to have you all in here, folks. We weren't planning to stay on too long. Just wanted to come in and talk about this for a little bit with you guys. Some people were messaging us, and it's just easier to go live and field at the questions. So, but you guys always ask some really good ones onto it, and you get us thinking as well, and we really appreciate that.
Is there such a thing that is just USB on both sides? You gotta say it.
You don't have to do it. You were balanced already. We'd split it up. We were good. I had my chocolate bar. She had her chocolate bar. Everybody was set. Everybody was happy. Stop spending your money. You're busy enough. And thank you so much. And I like what you say, though. We need more balance, less trolls. If there's ever a statement I can get behind, that is it for sure. Thank you so much. Pixelpia. I always say I feel like my sister was only 11 months apart because I'm adopted. So when she'd have a birthday when I was 4 or 5, they'd buy something for me and vice versa to make sure that we were always happy. And poor Pixelpia, she must look at us think these two are so deranged. I gotta just kind of keep them from going off the deep end, but it's not necessary.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
Thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. So we're gonna run Pixelpia's link for a few minutes. Definitely check her out, folks. And her latest video today, and we're honored that she thought of us into it. But she is the real balance. She is the real deal.
Cooking Green asked about USB from both sides. Is there a cable that has USB on both sides, Andrew?
Mm-hmm. Yep. USB on both sides, as in like mail to mail. Either way, yes, you're gonna find them. You just gotta make sure when you're looking, especially on Amazon, that you do look and make sure that they are. And there's also extensions as well, so it's easy to get the two of them confused. So just really check the ends. Everybody was happy but me. I need to balance things. It makes me feel good. Well, you are balanced because you're done with the trolls. You see, that's what the trolls don't realize. They can troll around all they want, but we're lucky enough to have a channel like you in here, and that's already not balanced. You've helped tip the scale more than they could ever try and get at. So you've already done the amazing things. Premier Hell is saying about that plugin again. Yeah, we just didn't want to talk about it much and see after a couple of days. We knew about it, but we were just kind of keeping an eye onto it, just because sometimes when those extensions come out, I just want to make sure that there's nothing fishy going on with it, and that has happened in the past. So we just wanted to make sure that it is working okay. Once again, just always make sure with extensions you cover what are the permissions you're giving to it and that, because some of them can really get a good, decent grip on your system. Remember, your Chrome is your gateway. Pretty much everything you do is sensitive information and stuff. So, happy Easter to your family, Bougie Boy, to you as well, and hope you had a fantastic one. Hope you had a great one. If anybody hasn't hit the like button yet, please do, folks. It really, really, really does.
Oh my God, YouTube! I just seen a dancer ring to my non-traditional life on Twitter, and so a couple of us here have been putting out about that go-to channel feature missing, and including my non-traditional life, and it's just keeps answering that it's a glitch. It's a glitch. Keep reporting it, and it just said it again. Can you clear your cache? It's a glitch. No, it's not a glitch. Just tell it to everybody as it is. YouTube. My goodness, unbelievable.
Did I miss the talk about a plugin? Yeah, there is a plugin right now coming out for that is out for you to be able to go to channel. It works a little bit differently, but nonetheless, it does do it in some shape and form. We are just a bit weary of recommending it right now until we've seen exactly what we have, but to see what it does, that it works okay, and there's no like security issues onto our stuff, because that has happened in the past sometimes. Remember, there's a lot of people out there. And you hear about different countries, not like lines of hackers getting in. These are great ways for them to do so.
Yeah, and see, Computer Chick have been sharing the link as well, and that's true that lots of the third-party apps, especially lately, again, have been subscribing to different channels without your knowledge, because like we said at the beginning, you do give permissions of different kinds to different extensions and third-party apps, so you're just going to make sure that it is working the way it should be. You're not doing something that you are not aware of. So we don't want to recommend. Yes, it is there, but we don't want to recommend it. If we don't know exactly if it is not causing security breaches or of some sort. But yes, definitely, it is out there. If you want to try it. Just be aware that every app like that can carry some kind of features that are not really supposed to be there, especially if they are new like this. You don't know who is the maker of them. There's it's pretty shady understanding where does this app come from. There's no reviews yet. We didn't want to suggest something that we're not sure of the security for.
Because some people that like to disarm it when you're not doing anything sensitive to start. That's a good way, that doesn't cut everything, but it's a good way to be with it. But some people aren't as savvy with that, or they forget about it, and just till we were to see it a bit more. I question having background music in your video. Is it good? Is it a good way? You mean like copyrighted music, or just a bit of mood music in the back type of thing? If it's copyright music, it's never good to have it's never good to have music. Even though now there is an exception if you're like we say like walking through a fair or something like that, and a booth is playing some copyright music as you pass, and it was not intentional to stop by that. Yes, they'll give a leeway for it, but still, you're supposed to avoid it at all costs. If it's background music, it depends on to what you're doing, and that sometimes it helps a lot. Sometimes even having it very faint that you almost can't hear it is enough just to kind of trigger the ear to keep it interesting with still letting you be the predominant voice. Ours is quite loud compared to what you can do with it. You could drop it way down, and as long as there's a bit of an inkling, it can still work. And a lot of TV shows use that. And you don't even realize there's music playing, but there is in the background, but it's so subtle and blends in so much. It's just enough to keep it from the silence.
And yes, some of computer chick still here on the app. Some of extensions can violate terms of service, and your channel can be gone. Yes, that's also part of it. And you can remember that now YouTube, as a part of Google empire, it affects not only your YouTube but all the Google products that you're part of.
And
as
also
well.
stuff like that can come out and a week later it's taken down. It's either it's against policies, but it can also just come up with a fix for it and block it out that it's non-functioning. That kind of stuff has happened too in the past. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it's around to stay. Maybe it might be here forever, and that will be our answer to it, and all things will be good. That's just all the reasons why we didn't announce it tonight.
Yeah, use it at your own risk. You know, like it is always the same as beauty channels. You're not going to suggest a skincare product that you haven't tried yourself, you know. What if it burns you or you have allergies or anything like that?
BC, were you the naughty little bugger that's making the hump in our bot cam? I bet.
Going on.
Oh, we're definitely going to give you a mod. You seem perfect for it. My God almighty, we didn't have a channel till you got to be mod.
I want to have a firing squad.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Some copyright music YouTube channels says it's free. Well, YouTube channels can say different things. You definitely have to check it out on your YouTube music permissions, you know, policies, if it is copyright free or not. You can also just search it on Google. There is a copyright directory where you can check if the music is free to use or not. One thing, if you use any kind of music on purpose, you have to make sure that it's copyright free, or use the one from YouTube Studio that is offered by YouTube. So the other thing is, if you are not purposely putting it there, but you're just passing by or you're in a restaurant, that's a different thing, because then you can have it because you're not interacting with it, you're not purposely adding it to the video, and that's part of the copyright new terms of service for copyright. So it depends what kind of music and in what kind of instances you're using it.
I think we got a rising fever coming again. Patience.
Dominic Williams, hello, how are you?
You're just in time to watch the show, Dominic Williams. I think we're going to have Twin Peaks on here. We don't like drama, but we're going to be Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Let's sit and watch, shall we?
Well, they're going to try now and put it, keep it at that, but then, you know, it's hard. It's hard. The trigger finger is right above it. Copyright music shouldn't ever be an issue. Just use MU free music. Lots of variety, and it's free if you give them credit. Yes, MU free music is fantastic. We have been using MU free music for, well, 2 years now for lots of things. We have mixed it up a little bit this year with YouTube Studio offerings as well. But MU is a perfect place for that. Lots of variety and categories, and always something to choose, and it's free.
Thank God these people are unbelievable.
How do I get more engagement? Jen, I think I tweeted back at you the DM. I would love to help you, but I need more specific questions that I can give you answers for. We can do back and forth a little bit if you want to. More engagement. Engagement comes in different forms. So engagements can come with likes. Engagements can come with your comments. So what your question would be specifically about. What do you want more, or what is missing? Extreme Heat Challenge. Hello. How are you doing? You can download free YouTube music and edit videos. Yes, you can do that in the video editor as well, and this is part of the YouTube Studio beta that you can. It's integrated in it. And now, for example, if you do have the claim on your YouTube music, like on the music that you're using, all of a sudden you have a claim, you can have it replaced by an audio from YouTube library.
Metro drones.
Thank you.
You always do this. Always just blow in like the wind every time. Thank you so very much for that. You're so awesome. Big shout out to Metro Drones. Hope you're doing fantastic. And not just us, to many channels. You're very good to us all, and that. Thank you so much for your amazing support, your kindness. We're going to run Metro Drones link for a few minutes, folks. Make sure to check them out. Thank you once again. Big cheers to you, bud. Hope all is well.
No worries. I forget all the time. Oh my God, there's so many that I still have to answer on Instagram, so no worries about that. We do it all the time. I have no problem reminding people. Alice Craft Pursuits, thank you so much for tweeting it out. Do appreciate that. Thank you.
Gene Chambers, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a fantastic one. I'd like to remind everybody, folks, if you haven't hit that like button, though, please do, because real people pushing that like button makes a really big difference. So if you can do that, that is an amazing thing for us. It helps more than you'll ever know. Ali Craft Pursuits, hashtag Blue Ridge Group. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. We were talking about the goodbye party, I guess we'll call it, for YouTube Classic.
Goodbye party, YouTube Classic. Bye-bye. Where is my handkerchief here?
Oh my God, a little dramatic. Oh no. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. The Life of SNR, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing fantastic. Scott's Thoughts has a channel? Sure. Scott's Thoughts channel has a question. Well, he has a channel and he has a question. There you go.
Oh, yes, I agree. Lottery of Life, Mickey XO. Mickey is still doing her videos, by the way. So if you go over, she's not gone. She's still there. In a little bit different format, but she's still there. Easy. Yes, take one day at a time.
Hope you get some real good rest tonight. Hope you feel better one day at a time. One day at a time. Hope it's on the upward push now for you.
Shoot the question. We have a question from Scott Thoughts, so waiting for a question.
Okay, I responded, I guess. I wrote back, but never hit send. My bad.
It happens. No problem at all. No problem at all. We'll get back to you, definitely. So yeah, if you have any questions about your new YouTube Studio Beta, or you haven't tried it, or you have tried it, you have any questions, let us know in the chat. We'll try as best as we can.
Definitely.
We'll also add in the description after the playlist by YouTube, where you have tutorials and you can kind of snoop around a little bit and check it out for the things that you haven't get adjusted to yet. YouTube gives you actually how-tos on that as well.
Quebec Homestead, how are you doing? Good to see you, fellow Quebecer. I hope you're hanging in there. Hope you're doing well. We're doing good in Montreal. We're keeping our distance and all that stuff. Xenia and I are kind of a higher risk, so we got to, but it's okay. We're getting there.
And thank you so much for a shout out on your live stream. Sorry I didn't answer on your Twitter just yet, but thank you so much for tagging us in. Do appreciate that. Thank you.
I need to change my primary email for this channel. How can I do that? Ask Scott Slots channel. That's up at the top of the profile, if I remember right.
Yeah, you're going to go to Google itself, not to YouTube, but to Google account itself, because it is part of it now integrated, so you can't change it in your YouTube. You can change it in your Google product itself. So go to your Google account settings.
In your Google?
Google. Oh, why are you? Oh, you also were crying. Cooking Green Bastards. I was also crying with me. And bye-bye party to YouTube Classic.
Hey, Paul Peck, what's going on? How are you? Nice to see you. How you doing tonight? Cheers, bud. That's why I ended up with a second channel.
Oh no! It made. Oh my God! Yes. No. You gotta go to the. Imagine Google email is like your. Core. It's like planet, okay, and the core of it is your Google email, and from that stems everything else, you know, your YouTube, your actual Outlook, your cloud, whatever else products Google have. So if you want to change that associated account, you got to go to the center of it, you know, to that email that started it all. Yeah. I couldn't stay in the morning, and then I teased you about the pool. It was a great swim. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Resorian Buck is in the house.
Oh,
how are you?
How are you doing?
How are you holding up out there, my friend? Nice to see you. Resorian Buck was a guest of on our channel, a great musician. Definitely Prairie Man. He's got the great videos, folks. That been with us from the very, very beginning. Resorian Buck, it's fantastic to see you. Hope you're doing great. Couldn't stay in the morning, and then I teased you about the pool, but it was a great. So I'm glad you had a great time. You deserve it. That's not teasing. I'm happy to hear that. With what you got going on in your plate, you deserve every moment that you can get for yourself. Please take it. We're still around. We'll always be here. Just take care of yourself. Give yourself those moments. Christian Raymond, how are you? Welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you.
Jackie has posted her selfie again. I love that. Keeping the traditions up. Hashtag Blue Ridge Group.
We got to get that started again. We got to get the selfies back on track and that, folks. If you guys haven't done a selfie, there you go, folks. There's the link right there. Put up a selfie and just use the hashtag Blue Ridge Group. We pick them, and then you'll see them up here in the beginning of our shows and stuff like that. Plus, we retweet them and stuff like that. Say troll. Troll. There you go.
Put your selfie. We're going to put ours as well.
So important to have an easy name to find. Yes. This is what I like to hear. Quebec Homestead. So said that we can't hit the 3 dots to go see other people's channels. So important to have an easy name to find in the search. Yes. Very well said. That's why it is important. And also to make sure your channel name is one of your tags, not at the top, but middle to lower part in all of your videos. Because even if you have a lot of videos out, a lot of times it's hard to find unless your channel name is in the tags. And if you have any kind of like odd spelling name, you know, like say, I don't know, say you spell Quebec with a K. Well, you would put Quebec Homestead with a K, and you would also put Quebec Homestead with a Q to make sure even if people misspell it, that they find it. It's very important that your channel names appear in your tags, folks, now more than ever. That is something that is very, very important. So good point on that. Very good point. May in Thailand saying hi to Grant McIntosh. Grant has been busy out, I believe, in the garden and everything. He's been out working about and all that stuff.
We're adding our selfie, guys. Put yours out there too. We want to see your faces. Haven't seen you for a while.
Definitely, definitely. And we got quite a design here. I don't know what to call it. It looks like a guy that's happy once again, but
He probably fell asleep again. It's
Yeah.
just triggering it, you know?
yeah. That's right. That's right. Nonetheless, I feel like children, they're like children with an Etch-a-Sketch or something like that. Folks, they really do not like that we have the bot cam up here. This is exactly my way of handling things. And I think that's fair to say.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Yeah. I'm not a wallflower about stuff. Tyler James Outdoors, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Yeah, well, that was it, because before they would do it and try to raise and say, oh, well, Pusa Studios, because they were trying to accuse us of cheating. We weren't. So then they started bonding us. So I'm just like, well, here, then we'll put it up and see when it happens and when it doesn't. And there you go. I did mine was a while ago. Pixelpia, we have to go back and see that. We're going to have to go back and see it. I love that. What about our for our channel when we have and can't include a hashtag, can't include a...
Can't include it in a tag.
Right.
Yeah, because it skips in a tag. You just
Yeah.
put SR without and, one version, and then the other version would be where you write it with words, A-N-D. So S-A-N-D-R.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I see what you mean now.
Mm-hmm.
Metro Drones, thank you so much once again. You're always so kind to us and that. And like I said, just so many others, tons of love to you. You have a great night. Life After Life TV Productions, how are you? Watching with matchsticks, keeping my eyes open. It's 2 a.m. here. Oh my God almighty. Well, glad you can get in, but I do hope you get some sleep. I do hope. I have punchy pants in my tags. See? Just in case Andrew ever tries to find me. I was getting pretty good at it. I wouldn't say great, Daddy sense of the word, but I was getting better at it. Brand Aerials, what is going on, Gary? It's always great to see you, buddy. I miss you. The trouble with doing aerial video is nobody can spell aerial. Yes.
And that's why you include different spellings. And
Yep.
now if you use TubeBuddy's new SEO feature, it actually is going to let you know how people search for it in different spellings as well. And you can just add those automatically into your video right away. So I would suggest using YouTube TubeBuddy SEO feature for that.
Yeah, most definitely. That is what I do, but I have Pixelpia covered everywhere, so that is all people need to remember here. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yep, that's it, exactly. As long as it brings up both your channel, it's a win-win for you.
Definitely.
So.
Definitely. They're turning a little bit into the Tech Talk Tuesday on
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah, I
here
know
today. Loving that, guys. Hanging out with you and having all those questions. Love that.
Just great to hang out with you guys and that. Like I say, folks, I know a lot of you got the notification, but sometimes when that happens, people are messaging us, oh my God, I don't know what this is. And instead of doing a bunch of private messages, sometimes it's just easier to come this way and do it. We can answer them live. And also for anybody who did have those questions but didn't think the messages are getting the answer at the same time. So, and we can always refer people back to hearing. We can go into more detail here, of course, than versus typing it. So using misspelled version of what you use helps. using misspelled. Yes, exactly.
Definitely. And some words are more misspelled, like obviously Ariel. But lots of things are misspelled usually, and actually sometimes even get higher ranking if you do that, include that in your tags. So for sure.
TubeBuddy is fantastic, Paul. I mean, we don't need to tell you about, you know all about it, but it is unbelievable. It really does. Boner Boy is back on the bot cam. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a little trigger finger going on there. Oh,
They were sleeping. They were just back and forth like that. You know the work that it would take to mess with somebody else's channel. Imagine what you could do with your own. And then they wonder why they're not getting views. You know, and they go crazy and end up on Dinosaur Live and all that stuff like that.
Christian Raymond Pastor, how are you doing? Wesley Gaming 117, hello, how are you? How are you guys doing with the new YouTube studio? Which is now an alpha and will be the only one in the coming days, if not already, for you. How are you guys dealing with that? We're here a little bit of a feedback therapy for the bye-bye to the classic studio, which is going away, finally.
Bidding it a fair adieu.
Yeah.
4Ks still here? Well, that's great. Great you're in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. But I think it's about time for us folks to head out. I was wondering, does channel names in titles help? Funny you should ask that. We were dealing with that for a while. And we ended up taking ours out, and it seemed to help for a while. But then the problem is, once again, not to be a broken record, because they're screwing on other channels, so it's hard for us in some place to get a true reading on our analytics because of it. So
I would suggest using it if it does include searchable words, and if it does include anything else. Ours, after PixelP's suggestions, might be searched for something else, so it was safer for now to remove it. If your name, like Afterlife, includes a keyword that might be searchable, I would include it.
Brant Ariels, I searched my name on a business computer, and the first thing that came up was an interview I did on somebody else's channel. Well, if their channel's bigger than yours, maybe it's tagged a bit better. There's all kinds of reasons why that can happen, but it's not completely uncommon, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm using the old or the new version, says it's Jen. Most likely, you're going to be going on to the new one anyways, unless you go and jump to another version. You're basically using.
I think
the
you're
new one.
Using
Yeah.
new one, yeah.
Yeah.
Automatic by now, probably.
I would say, yeah, because you'd have to manually go to the other one. So I don't think that's an issue anymore. I can't see anybody having first access to the old one. I would be surprised. So, but on that note, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are absolutely awesome. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, Tech Talk Tuesday, and we might be popping up wherever. That's right. Keeping the on their toes. So that's right. So if you guys can check us out, that would be absolutely awesome. If you can follow us on Twitter, it's a great way to keep updated of when we are on. And you know what, folks, once again, with all the trolling, that we're lucky. If we have 60-some, 70-some people in on a yellow coin and being trolled, that's how good our channel is. Even with them trying to hold us down, that's where we end up. So we're doing good. We're lucky to have great folks like you guys. And by them doing that, they can never attract great channels like you guys. So we're lucky to have you all, and thank you for all you do for us. What do you think of channels using tags for another larger channel in their tags? That's really, really dangerous. That depends how specific. Remember, even like using other ones sometimes can really backfire. And two, they can use shorter tags because they're bigger. They can get a real advantage on using like one-word tags where we don't. That's why we recommend more answering question using long-tail ones, because you have a better chance of coming up in the ranks higher. If it's one-to-one, like say a drone channel using DJI, Mavic 2 and that, the big ones are always going to trump you by far. But if you use long-tail ones and answer direct questions more with a bit of research, you have a chance of ranking higher. Paul Peck, you have a fantastic night. You take care of yourself. Bacchus, you as well. Razorian, it's so good to see you, buddy. Sorry it's close to the end, but it's great to see you. Charlene Sanchez, how are you? Welcome. Folks, if anybody hasn't hit the like button, if you can on the way out, that'd be absolutely awesome. There's an old expression, feed a channel, piss off a troll, I think it's called. So there you go, folks. By hitting the like button, by tweeting it out, and telling other people are here, it's really working to that effect. So you guys rock. Hey there, XOXO AIM. Sorry we're just on our way out, but it's great to see you. And take care of yourself, Razorian Buck. Hey, bud, it was really, really nice to see you tonight. Till tomorrow, folks. Take care. We'll see you soon, and just stay awesome. And don't let yourself get control. Oh, it's going up. It's going up. It's going up. Oh, they're doing it. 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 Here we go. 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 Oh, I got to watch.
Hit that like button. Oh, there you go.
Oh, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
David the Tank.
I think they're having a performance anxiety. And that's what happens because they have mommy issues. So that might be what's happening. So we're not going to say a word for the next minute. We're just going to sit here. I'm going to put on the mute. And we're just going to watch, folks, and see what happens. Let's see what they're going to do. Let's see if they can perform without me. Maybe my voice sounds too much like their mommy, and that's what's scaring them off. So we're just going to be really quiet here. Hang on. Be very, very quiet.
Don't scare them off.
It's okay. It's shrinking. It's shrinking.
I can hear it.
More performance anxiety.
And it's not cold.
That's right. There you go. Oh, there it goes. Mommy must have. Oh, is it a picture? I bet it's a picture of mommy that makes it happen. Oh, the old side of the steeple. There you go. There you go. Up, up and away. Up and away.
But you gotta be very quiet.
Up and away.
They like playing. See?
Yes.
Going up again.
There they go. There they go.
Thank you so much.
One has to go to work soon, so mommy probably shook him up. The other one can't make a decision without his mommy. And the other ones, well, you know, they should be mommies. They're such idiots. Oh my God Almighty! I think they're still there. That's right,
Be very
family.
quiet, then they go up.
Yeah, they're shy.
They're shy. Oh, BC has subscribed to us.
And this is why their channel sucks ass.
Andrew, BC has subscribed to us.
Oh,
The BC.
oh my God.
The BC has subscribed to us.
Well, there you go. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Oh my God Almighty, life is good. Life is. This makes me wonder what the poor people are doing. That's right. Let's take a look at BC.
Oh my God.
Let's see who BC is friends with, shall we? There we go. There was BC from a while ago that you guys had to toss out. And we know BC has had a few. Oh, I bet you this is a guy that sucks as a gamer but thinks he's good as a gamer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably took a whole 10 minutes to subscribe to all of these
Yeah.
to cover the tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Before off to work. Oh, that's so cute. So cute.
Wow.
That's right. So we're at 3:45. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right, guys, we screwed with dumbass long enough. Have a good night, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye now.